Hello, and thank you for checking out 1851 Franchise's Young Ones to Watch in Franchising in 2023. I'm Erica Inman, and today I am joined by August Johnson, Vice President of Client Relations at BizCom Associates. How are you doing today, August?
I'm great, Erica. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for coming out and talking to us. I wanted to start by asking about your journey into franchising. So, can you share a bit about your journey in the franchise industry and tell us what initially drew you to franchising?
Yes. So I think, in all honesty, I probably have to say that I stumbled upon franchising. I didn't necessarily intentionally seek out a career in this space, but my background is in PR. I have both a bachelor's and a master's in integrated strategic communication. So I wanted to work in a fast-paced, motivating agency environment, and I found that with BizCom Associates, where I now work. And BizCom, since its inception in 1999, has always specialized in franchise development. We work in other spaces, but franchise development is really our bread and butter. And it's been through working with BizCom and working alongside the clients that I've had the pleasure of working with at BizCom that I have fallen in love with franchising, because franchising has some of the best storytelling out there. And as somebody who is a publicist, I mean, storytelling is what I'm passionate about. And in franchising, you have some of the greatest stories to tell, whether it's, the entrepreneur who founded the now, global sensation franchise brand, or it is the, local owner of a franchise that, they left their corporate career, they weren't happy, and now they're running their own multi-million-dollar business and serving their own communities. And the amount of stories like that in franchising are just overflowing. So it's been a real pleasure to get to tell them throughout my career. And now I have a passion for franchising that I didn't necessarily go looking for, but has certainly found me in the end. So it's been a great journey so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. What unique approaches or innovations have you brought to your role?
Yeah. So as an agency, we're a boutique agency based out of Dallas. And in the going on 6 years that I have been there now, we have really evolved. When I started at the agency, I was definitely kind of operating as a jack of all trade. I was an account manager. I had my set of accounts for which I ran, everything from media pitching to content creation to social media to advertising, all of the things that you would want from an integrated marketing campaign. And somewhere along the way, we realized that if we split into divisions as an agency, we could produce so much more in terms of the results that our clients come to us for. So that's what we ended up doing. And now we are truly an integrated marketing communications agency. Traditional PR alone doesn't get the job done anymore. That's not what our clients are looking for. So we've really expanded our services. And while this evolution is something that I certainly cannot take credit for myself, it was a team effort driven by our agency's founders and my mentors, Scott White and Monica Fide. It's something that I'm proud to have played a really pivotal role in and to continue doing today, because we're still evolving. Now I'm our vice president of client relations, and the division that I run is specifically dedicated to, planning, strategy development, reporting. I like to say it's putting the pieces together of the puzzle to make sure that we're delivering really great, robust, integrated campaigns for the clients that we have the pleasure of working with. And that's something that I am really proud to have driven and am excited to continue driving in the years to come.
Yeah, that's so great that you picked up so much valuable experience along the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what would you say your aspirations are within the franchise world?
So as far as, at this point in time, I want to just keep telling great stories from the franchising space. And that means getting to work with more clients. I mean, I've had the opportunity to work with multi-billion-dollar umbrella brand organizations, and I've worked with brand new startup franchises. And each one, brings something unique to the table. I want to, bring more clients to our agency, continue finding ways to deliver beyond their expectations in terms of, getting the word out, getting people talking about them, drawing people to their franchise opportunities. And I just want to continue down that path for the time being. And in the meantime, continue building up my team and, watching our agency grow in the process. On a personal level, because I've developed such a passion for franchising and I love the business model, who knows, maybe somewhere down the road, I may want to invest in my own franchise. I've talked about it with my husband before, perhaps something in the pet care space, because I'm a huge animal lover. But we're not there yet. So in the meantime, I'm just going to keep learning about all things franchising, making great connections through the different events that, I've had the privilege of going to, and, telling more awesome client stories.
Yeah, awesome. How do you see the franchise industry evolving, and do you think there are any trends on the horizon?
So I think there's two things here. Of course, you're probably going to hear this over and over again. Technology is huge, especially AI. And that's something that we are talking to our clients about on an ongoing basis. I think that, in the years to come, the franchise brands that figure out how to use AI to their advantage are going to be the ones who, end up a step ahead. We work with a lot of brands that are right now in a space that is very recession resistant or could even be considered AI resistant, like the home services space. As of right now, at least, if there's something wrong with your plumbing, if you have a major plumbing issue, you can't ask ChatGPT to fix it for you, and that will probably remain for the time being. But for our clients that do work in that space, that doesn't mean that they're immune to the opportunities are still there for them to harness what new potential AI gives them. And at the end of the day, franchising is all about systems, and AI and enhanced technology gives us more that we can do to improve those systems, improve operational efficiencies, make these franchise systems run like well-oiled machines. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing, I think we're going to start seeing more younger franchisees, and possibly even younger franchisors, more entrepreneurs coming on the scene who launch their brands and want to get straight into franchising for the growth potential that it brings. A 4-year college education is so expensive. And there may be a lot of people, as we continue and depending on how the economy looks, who may opt not to go that route, and I don't fault them for that, and I think that that's okay too. And there may be people who would prefer to invest that money into kickstarting their future by investing in a franchise. Not saying that'll be for everybody, but I think that that is something that we'll see more of. And with that, we're going to have younger business owners, younger entrepreneurs who we can learn from and who will bring more different perspectives to the mix, both as young business owners and as young consumers. So those are the two big things: technology and younger franchise owners.
Yeah, those will be interesting to see play out. What advice would you give your younger self if you had the opportunity?
So I believe I would tell myself the problems that are the most challenging to face provide the most rewarding solutions. And I say that because, there's been a lot of times in my career, I've been with BizCom close to 6 years now, that, we've certainly faced some challenges. I mean, we made it through a pandemic, as everybody knows, and communication was certainly an essential service during that process. It was, overwhelming. I know my agency founders would say the same thing. They didn't know it was going to happen. Nobody knew it was going to happen with COVID. It was challenging. It was daunting, but it's something that we really took on with 110%. And as a result, we ended up really helping our clients to make it through that storm, ended up attracting a lot of new business. And, since that time, this was also around the time that we ended up switching to a division structure as an agency and, really expanding our portfolio in terms of the services that we offered. We've since doubled the size of our team and tripled our client roster. So while that was something that in the moment was daunting and obviously was, a huge learning opportunity for me early on in my career, it's what I'm proudest of to this day. And I think it was, trial by fire for me as a young professional, and helped me kind of mature in my career years beyond where I actually am now. So that's what I would tell myself. The things that are the most stressful and that you might be freaking out over now are going to be the things that when you make it through, you're going to look back and think, wow, we did that. So
yeah, that's a great perspective. Well, that's all the questions we had for you today, August. So thank you for taking the time to join us.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica. Have a good one.
You too.